Hi everyone, my name is Gretchen Jacobs, and today I am going to be presenting on youth participation in climate action sustainability. I was a part of the YVSC internship summer 2020 cohort, and I'll mainly be focusing on strategies to involve youth in the Yampa Valley in climate action. So a bit about me, I grew up in Steamboat Springs, and I currently am attending Willamette University in Salem, Oregon. I am a politics, policy, law, and ethics major with a minor in economics and sustainability. And in high school, I was able to work with the Steamboat Springs Teen Council and lead the plastic bag project, which was the project in which we lobbied City Council and asked for a fee on paper and a ban on plastic bags in our local grocery stores. So that was really my first experience with that kind of intersection of government and environment, and I really enjoyed it. And so I wanted to continue that work within the environmental realm with YVSC. So first, my mentors were Kate Bricado, who is the communications and program manager, and she really helped me with the day-to-day. We met each week to talk about our projects and really worked on the communication aspect together. And then Michelle Stewart, who is the executive director, also was one of my mentors, and she really helped me figure out the path that the project would take, and we had a few meetings regarding that. So some of my partners included the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council, and then as well Colorado Mountain College and Alpine Bank. Both Alpine Bank and Colorado Mountain College were really helpful with our careers event. Alpine Bank helped provide prizes and was a great sponsor in that aspect, and Colorado Mountain College was so nice to provide the location. So some background about my project. There are so many young people in Yampa Valley who really care deeply about the environment. We, grow up here and we ski and we bike and swim and we do all these wonderful things, and we really grow up in a very environmentally friendly town, and we are committed to keeping our community beautiful in that way. And, there's so many opportunities for youth to take action in terms of Rocky Mountain Youth Corps, Eco Club, Yambatika, among many others. And these are different sectors of various environmental goals. However, what we saw was a gap in infrastructure to easily connect individuals to these opportunities. So, some of my goals and key initiatives included creating a tangible communication platform that will reach the most amount of youth in Yampa Valley, help youth gain a better understanding of how they can participate in climate action in Rock County, whether that be career-wise, volunteer, or everyday little changes, and then overall just help students have a structured way to make a change. So a project overview, first was our Next Generation newsletter, which is a newsletter tailored at high school and college students, really providing some sustainable ideas and options. And then second was our Careers in Leadership and Sustainability event, which I will explore more later. And then number 3 was our Rising Leaders in Sustainability, which was a structure we developed and the base of kind of where we want to end up in terms of YVSC's connection to youth. So this is the Next Generation newsletter that I created. And as I wrote, the goal of this newsletter is to provide young adults with education, tips on sustainability, and ways to get involved with YVSC. And as you can see, we first have a Get Involved section that really shows different opportunities around town, like this upcoming Yampa Valley Climate Crew event. And then next, we also wanted to really focus on the educational side. And so that included a section called Something To. This Something To section includes something to read, something to listen to, something to watch, and something to follow. These all I felt were super important just because I think the educational aspect for young people is super important, and providing those resources is a great way to learn. And then we also do a sustainability tip of the month and a student highlight. And the student highlight is really in hopes to be able to encourage students who see their peers getting out and doing amazing things. And we really want to highlight that, and then also empower other students to get out and do the same. And then finally, we wanted to focus on the scholarships available and just more educational opportunities available in the sustainability realm. And so we talked about the Mirage Family Scholarship, and then the scholarships that are involved along that. And then as well, there'll be a blog post for each month. And this newsletter will hopefully be something that future interns can take on. There's a structure provided, and it will just serve as a great communication tool for youth in Route County. And then next is our Careers in Leadership and Sustainability event. And this is going to be held August 31st from 4 to 6 p.m. in the Colorado Mountain College Albright Family Auditorium. And kind of my inspiration for this event really came from the first week of my internship, in which I was able to talk to each YVSC staff about what they do in their section and why and how they got there. And I really wanted to expand that to all students in Route County. And so that's where this idea really came from, was this want to introduce high school and college students to the variety of careers within the sustainability realm. And these are some of the career event partners that will be attending. We're super excited because we have a great variety of different groups, from Steamboat Ski Resort to the Forest Service, who work in tandem, and then also City and Rocky Mountain Youth Corps and many others. We have nonprofits, and it's going to be a great event with many different partners. And then finally, at the event, we are hoping to have this bingo to really encourage students to get out and talk to all sectors. So the bingo, there will be prizes provided, and what they'll need to do is look at each of these squares. And for example, one of them says, speak to someone who works with animals, or speak to an organization that functions on a national level. And they'll be able to cross that off, get a signature from the person, and then from there, they'll be able to get small prizes as well as enter for a larger prize. So this event will be a great way to have students get involved and just understand more ways that they can turn their activism into a career. And then finally, the Rising Leaders in Sustainability. We really wanted it to act as a platform to provide a structure for connecting youth with opportunities to get involved with YVSC and climate action in the community. We developed a name and a logo for it. However, the newsletter and careers event were a little more time urgent, and so I really focused on those this summer, but we also developed this in hopes that it can provide a structure for future interns to develop further and kind of act as like where we want to end up in terms of the relationship between youth and YVSC. So along the terms of other YVSC related projects, I was able to get involved with many other things, including our Stantec storage clean out, which included cleaning out over 6 tons of paper from a storage unit for the Stantec company, which was a super fun time, and learned a lot about just waste diversion and recycling. And then I also was able to work at the farmers market and the tour to Steamboat, volunteering there. And then finally, the Yampa Valley Climate Crew, where we were able to go out to the Silver Creek burn scar and surveyed regrowth of seedlings, and basically looked at whether there were good areas to grow and bad areas to replant. So that was a great experience. And then finally, some of my key takeaways from all of this. The community wants to be involved. Over 20 organizations right now are joining us at the Careers and Leadership event. And then we currently have over 46 youth signed up for the newsletter, with anticipation that the number will increase as the school year begins. And finally, communication is a key tool when it comes to climate action, especially when it comes to involving youth, especially with the amount of information we have access to these days in terms of social media and news outlets, and it's at the tip of our fingers. And so it's really providing that communication in a tangible, accessible way for everyone, especially youth, and especially tailoring it to youth is super important as well, I learned. And then another part of the key takeaways is, youth will be the most impacted by the climate crisis. And so it's really important to give platforms to them to make change and give them the resources in order to empower them. And, they really solidified that this is the work I want to pursue as well in terms of my own self takeaways. I will be pursuing a sustainability minor at school, and it was a great experience. Just really helped me also learn the workings of a nonprofit organization, teamwork, and the value of community. And finally, just some acknowledgements. The YVSC staff all were so supportive and so helpful of my work as an intern. And specifically, Nicole Pepper, who was our internship program manager, was so great in helping us there. And then Kate and Michelle, who were my mentors, as well as Margot Shea, Emmy Cooper, and Abby Mirage, who are all high school youth board members and high school interns. They really helped me to tailor my project to what high schoolers need right now. And they really helped me to better understand their side of what they want to see. And then finally, the other YVSC interns and Betsy Wood at Alpine Bank for helping us out with the career event. So just want to say a big thank you again. This was a great internship. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.